Good evening, everybody. I am going to do a farmer's market penne with lemon and parmesan. The only thing I'm not going to use in here because my tomatoes spoiled before I could use them is tomatoes. But we're going to do the zucchini and mushrooms. So let me see if I can adjust this. About the best I can do. We're also going to add bacon for a protein or a meat. I've already got that sliced up and put off the side. Preheat oven. Preheat the oven to 450. I'm going to start slicing and dicing and cleaning everything. No, my mushrooms aren't that bad looking, but it looks like if I waited another day or two, they might have gone south. Oh. So we're going to rinse them off in the sink. And as Jerry taught me at one point in time, because I was not a big mushroom person until some of the things, like, see, that's starting to go. Luckily, I don't use the stems. Pop those bad boys off. Give it a little bit of a wipe. You'll end up taking some of the skin off with the dirt, as you can tell right there. Yep. Now, Jay said if you have any problems getting some of this dirt off and the skin's not coming off, it's okay. And if I want to, I can grab a damp paper towel and do this instead of soaking or rinsing them like I did. Now, one of the things I do with ingredients, I've got these nice little bowls that my mom has had for ages. And it says to slice. Okay. Sorry, I'm double checking. It doesn't say, it just says half moon type. Well, that's for the zucchini. Anyhow. I'm going to dice them up a little bit small. Oops. And because I used up too much of that paper towel. Now my supervisor at work says you can dig out the insides. Problem I have with especially the button mushrooms, because they're small, is if you dig out the inside, sometimes you have nothing but a shredded or messed up mushroom. Now, Mom likes sauteed mushrooms, and she's starting to get a taste for roasted mushrooms. So, oops, I'm pulling too much of that off. Gotta be careful. So what I might do, and I try to cut things on the large side for Mom mostly, so she can pick out whatever she doesn't want. I'm actually going to do this a little bit differently because of Mom's taste. I might actually saute the mushrooms and zucchini instead of roasting them in a oven. It just says quarter mushrooms. Okay, I've already got the garlic peeled, so I ain't worried about that. Peeled and diced. I guess you can say that's quartered. I mean, they're cut in half and cut in half again. Now, one of the other things I gotta watch with some of these mushrooms is because they're a week old, I gotta make sure that when I'm doing this, there is no mold. Which is kind of funny. I've never seen mold on a mushroom unless they're really old. But most of the time, mushrooms turn really dark and start turning like a gushy brown. It's the only way I can describe it. But since mushrooms are a fungi, or part of the fungus family, you can't tell when they go bad until they're starting to like mushy. Like this one is on the very verge of turning bad. So this one I might trim the bad parts off and keep the good parts. Yep. But if you notice, when you clean them just right, some of the skin will peel off. Some of the outer layer, like almost like an onion. That area looked a little bad, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. But the best way I have enjoyed mushrooms is sauteed. Now, if I go to roast them like I'm supposed to according to the recipe, it will be a new thing for me. So I actually might, yeah, I'm just gonna roast them like it says, just to see if I like them roasted. Because if I don't like them roasted any other time I use mushrooms for these recipes, I will saute them. Alright. Yep. Come on. That one I'm just going to toss. It's too mushy looking. Anytime you go to use mushrooms or any other kind of produce, if it starts to look iffy, I don't trust it. Because the last thing I need to do is make a dish with a untrustworthy piece of vegetation. Mushrooms, tomatoes, cucumbers, anything that looks questionable, or if you have a question about it, you can always go on the internet and look up information about it, or like we do at my job, we'll look at it, we'll cut it open, and we'll try to use as much of it, the good stuff as we can. There are just certain things like tomatoes, peppers, and onions. Well, mostly tomatoes and onions, or tomatoes and peppers, excuse me. I'm getting myself confused. If we cut them open and they look dark on the inside or have spots on the inside, yeah, we don't use those. We try to use the best quality foods we have, but try not to waste too much, because I've never really ran my own business, but I can just think of the factor of you're wasting too much. That's cutting into your overhead. If you can't tell, since I am pretty close to the kitchen window, it's a beautiful 69 degrees outside, 60, 68, 69. Granted, this is the time of year it starts, or time of the day it starts to, the temperature starts going down, but it's partly cloudy, but it's beautiful. It's gorgeous weather. I have my windows open in my kitchen and living room because it's such a beautiful day. All right. So I can sit here and listen to the birds and various other natural sounds, mostly birds. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I just had a woodpecker on my suet cake holder, and I have not put anything out there in a while because starlings, who are just bully birds, have become somewhat of a menace. Right. Now for the zucchini. I love how every plate will send you most of their produce in a little baggie. And because of the way they're sealed, I have to cut it open anyhow. Now that's a sharp knife to go through that bag like that. Now, of course, it tells me to trim and cut the zucchini. So I took the ends off. If you hadn't noticed, I've got like a little mini garbage can here for tasks like this. Now, without cutting myself, cut your zucchini in half and start cutting it into half-moon pieces. And yes, not all my cuts are uniform. Alrighty. Now that my produce is cut, I can start following instructions. Okay. Now we move the camera a little bit, so forgive me. And I'll adjust it when I get up here so you can see the whole stove. There we go. Yep. My bacon waiting for me to cook it. I've got several different size pans. I got small, medium, and a slightly larger. Or small, mostly small and large. And that robin's actually out there having a good old day. Sorry. I did not see this piece of egg from earlier. From breakfast. Now what I like to do is try to line my pan with a sheet of tin foil and curling up the edges to make a bowl of sorts to keep the oils from going everywhere. So it says here, take your zucchini. Now this is a dish for 2 people. And I probably cut the zucchini a little too large for roasting. Skin up, Jim, skin up. And your mushrooms. And if you were using Romano tomatoes, you would throw that on here too. Let's see here, drizzle with a large amount of oil. I use olive oil for everything when it comes to cooking. I have olive oil, as you see right now. I have an olive oil spray for spraying onto my pans for frying up or cooking. That's a lot of oil, James. That might have been too much of it. And then sprinkle, salt, pepper. We're not using the pepper. But the good thing about the salt is it helps draw out moisture. Mom likes a lot of salt and it adds flavor. What I'll probably end up doing, if this was not for me, it was for, I mean, if it wasn't for Mom, it was for me and Jerry, I would probably sprinkle like garlic or onion salts, which, no, I'm not going to do that. We've been testing the foods to see if we like it first and foremost. So 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to use my stove timer because I know some of you have the digital assistant. Ooh. And I don't want yours going off. So while that is cooking, I need to get a large pot. Uh-oh. I have a secondary pot. Yeah, that should be big enough. Okay, I hope this is big enough. While everything's roasting, bring a large pot of salted water to a boil. I'm sorry, I realized one of the things I did not do was list the ingredients. Let's just adjust this real quick. Alright, the ingredients are basically 1 zucchini, 1 Romano tomato, this is for 2 people, 1 package of button mushrooms. I had a small package. If you like mushrooms and want more mushrooms than what you saw me do, that's you. 4 cloves of garlic, 1 lemon, a thing of chives, this is a 6-ounce package of penne pasta. Too bad these don't have the actual sizes. A thing of shredded Parmesan and a little package of Philadelphia cream cheese. Oops, that's my oven getting up heating up. This is roughly a 1-ounce pack of Philadelphia cream cheese. So you saw me do the beginning part. I just forgot to read you the ingredients before starting that. So basically, I'm gonna let that boil. While that's boiling, we're gonna fry up this bacon. Because, well, as soon as I put the pasta in, how long does it take for cooking the pasta? I didn't salt the water. I like using sea salt when it comes to boiling pasta. I don't know why. Probably because it helps keep the water from boiling too much. 9 to 11 minutes. Probably about the same amount of time it'll take me to fry up that bacon. So while I'm waiting for that to get hot enough to boil, I'm gonna move you back over here. Oop. Sorry, folks. All right. It tells me to zest and quarter a lemon. So I'm gonna put the zest in here. Now I'm borrowing one of Mom's kitchen tools. I don't know why she got these tools. She doesn't use them that much. Maybe she thought she was gonna do more baking or something like that, but I'm kind of glad she didn't get rid of them yet. There's only a couple tools I need in there. So this is a zester. There's so many different ways to do it, but this is It's my oven coming up to temp. Ooh. Okay. There's other ways to zest a lemon and other different types of zesters. You can use a grater. You can use a knife and try zesting it. I find using a knife a little too dangerous. So I have this zester. And you just draw it across the skin until you see the white underparts. Oh, that's the oil cooking. The produce cooking. Ooh. And depending on how big you want the zest of the lemon, depends on how long of a stroke you use. When I get to certain areas, I use short strokes because it's towards the end. And we are going to use this whole lemon, so it's not like I'm just wasting the lemon just by zesting it. And then when you get to areas that you can try not to drag it across your palm. I don't know if it would do any harm to you, but of course I'm getting zest everywhere, which is fine. I'll get it off my cutting board. So while I'm zesting this, I have a question, and I know a lot of people will answer it the same way. It's my channel, it's up to me, I can do whatever I want. But if I do cooking videos every day, should I do regular videos as well? And have 2 videos per day? Like a morning, like half a day from the day before? Or what? Ooh, water's boiling. So, since the water is boiling, and I'm gonna move the camera back over. There we go. Toss it in. Grab one of my wooden spoons just to make sure it doesn't stick. Now I take the wooden spoon. This is not the one I normally use. I have one that's already bowed. And then I'll lower the water a little bit. Cook certain occasionally until al dente. Alright, I'm going to have to use her, so sorry folks. Alexa, set an 11-minute timer.
11 minutes, starting now.
Hopefully that didn't cause anybody else's digital assistant to go off. And while that's doing that, I can turn that onto there. And see how well I can multitask without going nuts. Come on. Alright. That's the lemon zested. Get as much of this zest into the bowl while watching everything over my shoulder. Here's that. What else did it say about my lemon? To quarter it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do not go trying to overboil. There. We'll overboil when it's there. No. I don't know, I just have to watch it. Now as for my until I kind of took half the package of bacon, cut it in, took my bacon package, cut it in half, put the other half in a vacuum sealed bag, and chopped up the other half, which I should have broken up. There's going to be a lot of bacon, which is fine because me and Mom want a lot of bacon. Now, from what I read here, the rest of that onion, except for maybe a little onion juice from 2 pieces, is supposed to be a side garnish. Whoa. Quit lifting it, Jim. Some people say if it boils too much, just take it halfway off the burner. So it will still cook, but it will not overboil. Now if it gets too smoky and my alarm goes off, I'm gonna have to turn on my vent fans, which means we might lose, oops, you're not even seeing what I'm doing. We might lose quality of sound. So for now, I'm just gently cooking it. Actually, why don't I do this with that burner? There we go. This particular burner is set up where it has a small section, then a large section, so you can determine if you want to use the small element or the large element. Alrighty. I gotta clean up my sink a little bit. So I want to cook this to the point where it's done, but not so crispy that it's overdone. Alrighty. So, let's see here. Half a cup of hot soap area. So while that is cooking, but not overly cooking, I'm going to put you guys on pause until we get close to being done. Alright, we're back. And we are at the almost critical stage of the bacon. So what I have to do now is get a plate, which I should have done while you guys were on break. Or I was not cooking. Come on. Go back where I had you. All right. That needs to come off. So before I drain that, I'm gonna let it cook a little bit longer. I know it said al dente. Well, I'll just take it off though. All right. Now what I do, unfortunately I don't have, wait a minute. Oh heck, I don't have it. Alright. I usually have a mason jar with bacon grease, because sometimes, excuse me, making breakfast, I would use bacon grease instead of olive oil. There's something about bacon grease and eggs. I might have just cooked it a little bit too long. All right, let's see if I can just... do I have a better spatula? There we go. Spoonula. Let's see if I can pull back the tide of bacon. Oh, no you don't. No. Okay. Might not be enough bacon grease to save. It's better now. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to do this left-handed, which I am not adept at because I'm right-hand dominant and I'm having hand issues. And I just realized you guys probably cannot see what I'm doing because of the camera angle. Alright. Came close to burning myself. Yay, Jim. Alright. Now what we do is we take how am I going to do this, Jim? It's just water. Let's see. What do you say? All of a sudden I'm very mixed up. Alright, so save about half a cup of pasta water. Don't try to run away. Okay, that one's gone. Alright. It says to return pasta to hot. Alright, I did not cut up the chives. Dude, man, you're falling behind. Something, oh, I know what that is. I was say something smells very lemony. Dang it. I hear you. Alright, that was my timer for the produce. And if my smoke detector goes off, it's because of the heat, not because of a fire. Ooh, those look good. One second, folks. You're gonna be a good boy. You're not gonna wait until I'm like walking away from. No. Oh, shush. Like I said, every time my oven is set above a certain temperature, it goes off when it opens it. When we open it. So add the garlic. Garlic, cream cheese, oh wait, am I missing something? Medium high. Lemon zest. Chives. And lemon zest, chives, and 2 tablespoons worth of butter. Of course, I might have to close my window soon because I can feel a cold breeze near the table. That looks about 2 tablespoons. Besides, Mom might put more butter on there. And stir. Stir until it gets nice and creamy. Mom will like the fact that a lot of the chives are sticking to the spoonula. If you're asking why I call this a spoonula, it's due to that spoon-like dip and shape. How long is this supposed to take? Stir until combined, then add Parmesan cheese, and then stir. Stir until nice and creamy. Starting right again? No, just one picking up. Okay. Add a splash of reserved pasta water as needed. I don't think it really needs it. And it says to stir in the roasted veggies. Maybe I should have put the skin up, down, because the zucchini is like coming apart in my pan, which I did not want to happen. But roasted zucchini is something both Mom and I like. So it's one food we do agree on. Should have asked Mom to come out here and help me put this in there. This is one of these dishes that is considered a one-pot dish. In my mind, I know that's probably not true because you serve it all out of the same basic pot. Oh yeah, look at that cheese. Oh man. Well, at least there's not a lot of vegetables. That may be the one thing that makes Mom happy. And squeeze lemon and add bacon. Or in this case, add bacon. Take the 2 halves and squeeze it into. Where's my squeezer? Where's my? Oh, Mom put it someplace other than where I normally do. It's alright, I can't blame Mom because normally I'm the one putting away dishes, but Mom's trying to help me out as best as she can, so I'm not wearing myself out all the time. But I love my little zester because then all I have to do is squeeze nice and hard. And when I'm done with that, it's whoa! Maybe I have a little juice in there, but the pit and rind and whatnot are still in the squeezer. That one tried to get out through a hole. Now finish stirring everything in. Ooh, that is looking nice. Now it says to put the other 2 pieces of lemon on each plate. So we're going to take this off the hot stove so it doesn't cause any other problems like burnt pasta or cheese. Do I still have one over there? You're going to take a trip with me. Now I could, if I wanted to, put that in a serving bowl, but why waste a dish? We're just going to set that down. And I'm going to take it, turn it out.